Hey guys, how it's going and welcome back to another video. Vectors tend to be the most quoted topic in maths, but also tends to be the area where most people make silly mistakes. So to avoid that today, I'm gonna thoroughly explain vectors, teach extremely easy methods so that you can ace it. My name is Angad and you're watching Learn with Angad. So let's get into it. So what is a vector? Vectors are basically quantities with magnitude and direction, and there are certain rules that you need to keep in mind while solving questions related to vectors. So let's just jot that down very quickly. So rule number one is that length of a vector is equal to magnitude, and this is how a vector is represented. Just like an arrow with the head in the middle, and to represent the length, you just write a and an arrow. This is very important because most students tend to lose marks here. They think the AB vector AB is equal to vector BA when that's not the case. This is because vector AB moves from point A to point B and vector BA moves from point B to point A. So their direction will be opposite and they will not be the same. So now how do you, so when if they tell you that vector AB is equal to A, then how do you find vector BA? Vector BA will simply be minus A because the direction is opposite. So when we move against the direction, then there's a minus sign used. The fourth rule is, so this is what I talked about earlier also, like sort of vector, so vector A and vector minus A, they will be the same, they'll have equal magnitude, but they have an opposite direction. That's the reason they are not same. But their magnitude, which is basically length, is the same. Rule 5: if vector A is equal to k into vector B, we know two things: the vector A and vector B are parallel, and vector A is k times the length of vector B. This rule is very important if there's a question to like prove this vector is parallel to this vector. We use this. Vector AB is equal to 2 vector BC. Now, if we look at the previous rule, you will think, oh, okay, this means that this is parallel, but the point B is common. So that means that the lines, both lines are at point B at a certain point. So, like, they are basically connected to each other. So, A, B, C are collinear since B is common. When you're presenting vectors, you can, there are two forms. There is in 2D plane and 3D plane. If it's in the 2D plane, there are just two values, first x, second being y, so 3 4. And when it's a 3D plane, there are three values, x, y, z. So when you're presenting in a 3D plane, it is usually used when you also need the height also. So there's length, breadth and height, when you need all three of those values to find out the location of the object. For 3D planes, this is a complex topic, so which I will dive into a bit later. This is just but a basic idea of what exactly it is useful for vectors. Then a magnitude of a vector is equal to x square plus y square. Magnitudes are always positive; they can never be negative, or length can never be negative. So that's why I just put the absolute sign there. And yeah, and then there's position of vectors. Position of vectors is basically what point is the vector at with respect to the origin. So when we write 3 and 4, it's just 3 units right and 4 units up, but the point we are taking is the origin, which is okay. So now let's do some questions to be extremely thorough with this concept. So let's start with the first question. As you can see the triangle or A or B over here, point P divides AB in the ratio 3:2. So we know A is to P is 3 and PB is 2. So PB will be 2/5 of whatever the length of AB is, and AP will be 3/5 of whatever A is. O is equal to vector A and vector OB is equal to B. So find AB. So we need to go from point A here to point B here. You can just go down from, so we can take a path from AO plus OB. Now we know OB is B and AO will be the opposite of O, so minus A. So this is our answer, minus. Okay, now we need to find OP. We already know now AB is minus A plus B vector. So 3/5 of that will be AP. So first let's calculate AP. AP is equal to 3/5 minus A plus B can also be written as B minus A. So now we know AP. To find OP, all we have to do is just add A. This is the answer, but we also need to expand the brackets and simplify further because you can't leave your answer like this. So when we do that, we'll get 3B plus 2A by 5. Point P is such that OQ is 5/3 of OP. So point Q will ideally be somewhere here. You can just draw this line, and this will be 2/3 of the total. As this is 3/3, 3/3 is 1/2. So this is in the ratio of 3:2. So we need to find vector BQ in its simplest form. So B, and this is Q. So B will be 2/5 of the length of AB. We know that, but this is AB. Where BP will be 2/5 of the length of mine. So we need to flip the signs around because it's going from point B to point B, not point P to point B. So minus A plus B becomes plus A minus B. So A minus B. And now we need to find 2/5 of that for BP. Okay. Now for PQ, all we need is, okay, so we know OP is 1/2. So PQ will be 2/3 of OP. So PQ, which would be 2/3 of 3B plus 2A by 5. So now all we need to do is we need to expand this bracket. This will be 2A minus 2B by 5. This will be 6B plus 4A by 15. We need to add these two. 3 plus 6B minus 6B means 0B plus 4A plus 6. So that is 10A by 15 is equal to 2/3 A. So now we need to explain if is vector OA parallel to vector BQ and Y. So vector OA is equal to A and vector BQ is equal to 2/3 of vector A. Okay. So the rule from before, vector A is equal to K into vector A. This is for OA. This full thing is for BQ. So if K is equal to 2/3, then this equation is possible. So that means that BQ and OA are parallel. Reason being, the value of K is 2/3 and it exists. So that's all for today. Now you are a master of vectors. The important thing about vectors is to remember all the rules and be careful in the ratio questions, as that's where most students tend to make errors. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more future videos. If you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section below. But for now, peace.